Hello, my beautiful lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. This is Chai Leaves Tarot with a wild update for you. Okay, so let's just get into this. Welcome to my channel. This is Chai Leaves Tarot, where we get to your greatness one tea leaf at a time. This is interesting. There has been a shift that is coming in your life, and it's not just, well, it could also be societal, but we're just going to get into it and see what is coming in. What should you be watching for, especially in the month coming up and, you know, in the especially next 2 weeks, okay? So let's just get into it. Ooh, the Must Lords. Are you kidding? Someone is unshowered sun, unshowered person wants to come and get your attention. And you're like, no, I'm not falling for that. So if you see them have like any weird mushroom type paraphernalia or whatever, they are down in the dumps. Their spiritual warfare is not for you. They're trying to pretend they're like hippies or XYZ, but really they're must lords, okay? Musty as F. 10 of Swords, death or ending of situation or relationship. Yeah, you have to cut that off. I'm sorry. Get out of that and start smelling the fresh air. Love is not in the air for the one who's musty, smoking all the time, or got that mushroom flavored infusions and you're like, oh, he's so, infused or something. Like, no, girl, run away. Even if you have tats on your face, run away from that guy. Them too. Like, it's just a lot of mustiness. You'll see like different hair colors. They go through a lot. This is not usually, like, not everybody goes through that. So do not, paint with a broad brush. But at this point, you specifically need to kind of discern a little better. Seems like the ones you're attracting are the stereotypical, okay? So it just seems like there's something musty going on, unshowered. They are like kind of like, oh, I'm for the people. I'm a feminist. I'm this, I'm that. It's just not giving, because on the same site, they go against the other side. It's just a lot happening. So you need to pull yourself out of that. 9 of Wands, undecided, need to take a step out of the situation, then you'll see more clearly. Exactly. It seems like you specifically need to walk away from this musty, crusty, dusty, whatever that guy is, okay, or a girl. So 8 of Cups, this is your self-esteem rising. You deserve luxury. You deserve someone who genuinely has hygienic practices and isn't like, oh, I'm just gonna, do this bong, smoke this and that, blah, blah, blah. And even if you used to smoke in the past or XYZ, it just doesn't mean you have to go forward doing that. This is specific, okay? So if this is not for you, next reading will be for you. This is a very, very specific download. Money problems, turning your back and walking away, knowing nothing more can be done. Exactly. They're going through their hippie phase, they're going through their musty phase, no matter how good their intentions are, and so enlightened they feel, like they're trying to give you, I don't know, this is healthier than that. Meanwhile, they look like they're just dusty. I don't know how to tell you. Greasy. Look at his hair. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It could be just genuinely have dandruff, right? So Knight of Cups, young man to 25 years, needing more confidence. Exactly. Have more confidence in yourself. Man or woman, whatever you are looking here, you are supposed to level up, and maybe you're like, oh, but I feel like I want to bed rot with them. I want to do that. No, girl, this is not for you. This is not your vibe. You are not falling for, like, what is it like called, like the freaknik, hippie dippy era again. And I'm not talking about like, oh, you have open-minded views and you eat healthy and blah, 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 and you touch grass. No, this is for like the specific ones whose whole aesthetic is like, you go to their house, they have like mushroom lamps, mushroom this, or different types of plants and weeds and whatever. You're like, okay, this person, the vapes, the whatever, it's just, look at this. The trumpet is whistling. Judgment, decisions pending finality, the only decision that can be made under the circumstances. And if it's you and if you're feeling musty, go take a shower. And I'm not talking about literally a shower, because you probably do that. It's just work out your skincare routine. Look up what seberitis, what dandruff is, or whatever. You maybe start detoxing in the sense of like not doing what the powers that be want you to do. They want you to be, addicted, sitting down, lazy, destructive, thinking you're, pro peace and whatever, but you're just musty, right? Like, it's not giving what it needs to give. Like, unless you're against like a genocide, XYZ, that's great, but that's not who I'm talking about. This is like a very musty vibe of like, just, hey, I'm not even worried about politics. I just want to, be one with nature, in the sense that they're just not showering after. I'm getting a sense that you're sick of somebody, okay? So Page of Swords, young woman to 25 years, spying or deception, reflecting back over your shoulders. This might be an ex. This might be an ex, because your next person is going to be highly showered, got their ish together, still cares about the same causes that the musty mushroom person has, but they actually just handle themselves like adult and make a real impact, right? Like, they know about privacy rights. They know about like actual things that move the needle forward. They know who controls things. They're not scared to go to the 5th, 6th, 7th rail, right? So the other one just acts like it, dresses like it, looks like it, but the other one's really about that life, okay? Ace of Cups, security, helping hand. There we go. Social security, physical security, like, definitely this is your time to also have a great hygiene practice for your data. There's a lot of data being splurged, taken, down to, how the printers all have yellow dots. Go Google that. The husband debunked, not debunked, it's actually true. But now with the new surveillance state, the panopticon, people who are busy in their own like hippie era thinking they're doing their thing are not focused like the ones who are genuinely writing blogs, figuring things out. Like, just realize the real from the fake, okay? So Knight of Pentacles, young man to 25 years, visitors, message to share. Exactly. There are going to be messages from, let's say you're on the red side. The blue side might have a point. If you're on the blue side, the red side might have a point. But really, you should be neither side. Two wings of the same thing. And what you're really realizing is, guess who holds the money? Look at the stocks. Like, who's on the board of directors? What are they and their wives believe in? What are they doing? And then you're going to see it's like a 1% that owns everything. And you're like, I have to cut that off. There is a victory. The hollow victory is you realizing, wow, there's so much performative stuff. There's so many people intoxicated, addicted, and whatever, thinking they're down for the cause, but really they're taking themselves out of the game, because the real powers that be, look up where the hippie thing started, who planted those drugs in the first place to make people like dumb, tired, addicted, XYZ. You're like, ew, I want to be move the culture forward. There's other ways to do it. Ace of Swords, frustrations, double-edged sword, hollow victory. Exactly. The hollow victory is you realizing, wow, do I have to do everything around here? It seems like the people who are cosplaying or LARPing as something are not really, like, they're just holding the thing back. Like, they could have just not been so against a side. Just be aware of people who are against sides, okay? Because it's really two wings of the same uniparty. If it's like pro-wars, pro-genocides, pro-whatever, it's still the same one who wants to also find out who's running here. There's also going to be major deportations, okay? And that is like, okay, good. Out with the old, in with the new. There needs to be like, there's going to be a huge focus on kind of like not othering other people per se, because people all are like, okay, kumbaya, let's all get along. But the powers that be want to distract you from one thing to another thing, and you're not falling for it. You're realizing, oh, this is just late stage capitalism stuff, and there is going to be a rise in basically being proud of who you are, where you're from, XYZ, but especially if you're in your country, no matter what background, race, ethnicity, you're going to be like, well, at least I'm proud to be an American, but at least I'm proud to be from the UK, Canada, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. So people are really like not being separated this time around, right? Four of Pentacles, money improvements, more coming your way. So you're going to see a lot of people actually okay in all different countries to expel basically the economic asylum seekers, supposedly, right? And so even though that's going to ramp up and no one really cares, because they're like, look, it gets to a point. We need jobs, we need whatever. AI is coming in, but we also don't want to be surveilled. We also know who's pushing all of this to make people clash. So, Queen of Swords, woman over 25 years, brown eyes and brown hair, cold hard, demanding authority. Exactly. You're taking your power back. You're not with the okie doke. You're getting a new love situation. Remember, the Dusty is out and the Musty is out. You are back winning. You have patience. It says, I accept that everything happens in divine order. Exactly. You needed to see this right now. And acceptance. I am, what does it say? It says, I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Okay, so now that the government's working with a surveillance state, a different foreign operations, countries that are pro-war instead of pro-peace, what are you going to do? There's like laws that go against, maybe boycotting. What are smart ways you could do it without having to be musty and dusty with the crusties? You do it your own way. Discipline. That means you're focused on supporting local economies, local places, finding people who are very aligned to you. They shower, they do their things. They are self-care. You too. Self, body, mind, soul care. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Exactly. So don't fall for like the false flag events, the propaganda, the like, oh, this hippie might know more than you. No, you know more than them. And also, this is what you're attracting. Soft life, solo life, lots of friends, enjoy. There you go. You're literally about to make a community of people who are just very like-minded, also care about causes, also care about, moving the thing forward, but like without the mustiness, without the drugs and the alcohol and the whatever. You're just doing it your own way. The things that like you're not making money. Just look around. Well, look at how much money people are making as more people get diseased and sick and hurt from the environment. Let's see. Ooh, this is your tea of the day. It says 100% herbal thyme tea. This is your throat chakra. Speak up for yourself by blocking their number or moving away and be like, okay, well, we kind of had the same ideas, but that person's approach is just not it for me. And you're not like a Puritan, like, oh, they can't do this. I don't like their tattoos. I don't like this. Because you might have tattoos. It's just the way they're going about it is kind of musty to you. And you're like, I gotta find like-minded people, and there are more of you than there are them. So you're like, okay, that is like counterintuitive. This is more like I'm alert, I'm paying attention, and I'm also taking care of mind, body, and soul. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.